ground underneath me. Ooh, baby, make my body shake. Got the sun coming up and I'm wide awake. Tonight has been a long time coming. Now I can finally see that everybody puts a faith in something. Might as well be with me. I feel free, so free, so free.
Sunshine beating on the good times, moonlight rising from the grave. String band playing worn out honky tonks, pretty young thing going dancing in the rain. High heel lady spitting at the naked jacks. This is man with a needle and a spoon. Coyote chewing on a cigarette pack of young boys going howling at the moon. Hey darling, sleeping on the blacktop. Hey darling, running through the trees, honey. Hey darling, leaving for the next town. Listen, my sense catches up with me. Three dead in a crash on a number 4. 2 witnesses blowing up high. Not sure whose will be done. You can call me a sinner for wondering why. Hey darling, sleeping on the blacktop. Hey darling, running through the trees, honey. Hey darling, leaving for the next town. Listen, my sense catches up with me. Hey darling, sleeping on the blacktop. Hey darling, running through the trees, honey. Hey darling, leaving for the next town. Listen, my sense catches up with me. Corn liquor tastes sweeter in this town. Could it be it's the same as the lies? I swear I've seen your face elsewhere before, just as familiar as a bottle and a glass. Hey darling, sleeping on the blacktop. Hey darling, running through the trees, honey. Hey darling, leaving for the next town. Listen, my sense catches up with me. Hey darling, sleeping on the blacktop. Hey darling, running through the trees, honey. Hey darling, leaving for the next town. Listen, my sense catches up with me.
Yeah, what if it was just like a...
I ain't no altar boy. I ain't no yes man. No, no. You ain't no God of mine. No, I don't need your blessings to save me. When you thought that I was done, Whether you're ready or not, I'm rolling in like a train off the tracks, coming at you. You ain't seen nothing yet. Walk that wire, start that fire, burn it down. You ain't seen nothing yet. I go harder, let the sun feel me now. You ain't seen nothing yet. My heart, my soul, my fight, my appetite won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time. My heart, my soul, my fight, my appetite won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time. My heart, my soul, my fight, my appetite won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time. You ain't seen nothing yet. Walk that wire, start that fire, burn it down. You ain't seen nothing yet. I go harder, let the sun feel me now. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. I always dreamed of this ever since I was a little kid. When the voices down deep inside kept calling my name, couldn't be denied. Further on down the road, felt the fire burning in my soul. Knew what I had to do. Man on the move, I was on the loose. And I stepped into the light. I'm gonna live, I'm gonna fight like it's the last day of my life. Nothing to lose, don't cry for me. It's my day.
Yo. Uh-oh. Ah, that was my bad, Patrick.
But you muted me?
They didn't. Well, it was. Yeah, I missed something. I told Crystal this on the before the stream. I'm like, I'm sure I'm going to forget something, and I did. I'm sorry.
Yo.
Yo.
All right.
How you doing, Patrick?
Cold. I'm cold, man.
I'm cold again. It got warm, and then it got cold again. So
It's 20 degrees. It's 20
20
degrees
here.
outside, man.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not leaving
20
my
here.
house. I'm not leaving my house. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
You'll notice that Patrick changed headphones, and I did not, because
Yeah, okay.
I shaved, and I got to have the headphones to keep my beanie on, because otherwise it like pops up.
Okay. My battery, both
I
my
know.
batteries are dead. You're better at keeping your batteries charged than I am.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1 degree. Adam, I'm sorry. Adam L, I'm sorry. 1 degree.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There's a reason I don't live there. Whew.
Jeez.
47 in Florida. That's cold for Florida. Ooh.
Ah, you do look like Rocky 1. You do look like Rocky 1.
So Crystal was saying, she came up, she's like, man, with that hoodie and the gloves, you look like a thug. I'm like, all right.
Adam a thug.
Thug Saxton. That's what we're doing. Oh, happy Saturday.
Yes.
everyone.
Oslo will be cold. Adam
Oslo
and I
will be
are
cold. We're
already
prepared.
buying.
We're prepared.
Yeah, we're prepared.
But we think we're prepared.
We think we are.
So Alex in Sweden, I was telling him that like we bought like, waterproof boots, and we got good gloves and new beanies, and like I got a jacket. He's just like, what? You don't have to buy it. Just get a hat and a jacket and suck it up like the rest of us. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, guy in an ice cube. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
shit.
negative 25C in
Oh my
Oslo now. Okay.
God. Oh my God.
It's going to warm up by the time we get there. I'm predicting this.
In 2 weeks?
Weather,
in 2 weeks,
weather,
it's going to warm up.
Weatherman Sexton is predicting it will get warmer, and there's going to be a heat wave in Oslo.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll get there. Yeah.
Kevin. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. If you are new to the to Guy in a Cube or the live stream, put hashtag new in the chat. We always love seeing the new faces. If you're new, you've been introduced to the live stream, so that's how we roll. And also shout out to members of Guy in a Cube. You help us do what we do here on the channel, so very much appreciate all y'all. So if you see folks with a green name or Guy in a Cube logo next to their name, those are members of Guy in a Cube. So big thank you and shout out to all y'all. And Eugene, I saw you just became a member. Appreciate that. Appreciate having you here. What am I missing? Oh, members, hold your questions till the second half. Chatmaster C will give you the green light to post those and get them in the queue. So hold on to those. Hold on. Also, we've been saying, I'm going to keep saying this until it happens, but just for awareness, Fabric Community Conference is coming up at the end of March. So definitely go check that out. Register if you can make it. It's out in Vegas. Patrick and I will be there, along with many other folks from the product team for Fabric, as well as other community members, MVPs. There's gonna be a lot of people there. It's gonna be cool. So definitely do that. Use code CUBE100 to register for $100 off. And then thank you for registering. We want to see as many people there as possible. Many people. We want it to blow out what we saw at Power Platform Conference, because that was insane.
Yeah, that was insane.
Power Platform Conference.
That was insane.
We can do better at Fabric Conference.
Yeah,
So, we're doing. So we'll be at SQL Bits the week before Fabric Conference, and then we'll be at Fabric Community Conference. Yeah. That's official now. That's official.
It's official.
Yes. So excellent. All right. Let's see who's new. So Andre is new. Christina's new. Grossi is new. Hope I said that right. Toye is new. Let's see if I don't know if I said that. I try on the names. Kent is new. Ray's old. I'm right there with you. So is Patrick. We're not old. We're not old. We're mature. Right? That's what I hear you say. I keep telling myself that,
mature.
but I laugh inside when I say it.
Very mature.
Vintage.
Vintage. Yeah, Chewy.
I mean, we're vintage because we were born in the 1900s. Oh. So. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. Hope you come back again and again. We're 16-bit. Yeah. I'm 8-bit. I don't know what you're talking about.
8, 4, 2.
It's the old Donkey Kong game, right? A little 8-bit journey.
Left and right, left to right.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. I digress. Rules. Rules. Questions. Sorry, I've been up since 2 a.m., so I'm trying to get everything straight in my head. If you have a question, put a Q colon in front of it. Chatmaster C is standing by to get them in the queue. One time is all you need. Do not spam the chat. We have a 3-strikes rule here on Guy in a Cube. If you do spam the chat, Chatmaster C or one of your lovely moderators, all of the lovely moderators, including Chatmaster C, except for Patrick, will put you in a timeout, or may put you in a timeout. So be aware of that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got to rethink how I word that because I have like muscle memory on it. And the Chatmaster C called me out on something, and I was like, oh, you're right. Because I say Chatmaster C or one of our lovely moderators, which implies that Chatmaster C is absolutely lovely. So.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah. So anyway, please don't spam. All right, and the queue is light, so get your questions in. We try to get to as many as we can. Loveliest. I did say Patrick isn't lovely, and that's fine. I can get away with that.
That's all right. That's
fine.
all right. That's all right.
Also, if I started calling Patrick Lovely, he'd be like, "What?" So that's a whole other conversation. All right. Yeah. So if we don't get to your question today, we try to get to as many as we can. Come back next time, and we'll try again.
I'm
What do
not
we do?
lovely. I'm not lovely. I'm not lovely.
Oh, well,
you see what
Chatmaster
Chatmaster
C.
C
Yeah,
said?
Chatmaster C is she's starting something. Patrick is pretty. I almost started singing, but I won't. All right.
So
Let's get to the questions. All right. Data is king. First question. Is there a feature that you would like to be added to the DAX Career View? I would like to be able to create more than one measure at the same time. Well, hang on, Data is king. I think Patrick's got something for you.
yeah. As far as new features, I don't know. I'm just enjoying the journey right now with everything that Zoe and team is introducing. And I know there's more. I know there's more coming, more great stuff. So right now for me, I like
Can you
it
say
how
what's
it is.
coming?
I don't think I could say anything about what's coming. But I like it. I like it. I mean, if you use DAX Studio, I can think of a million things that I'd like to come from DAX Studio over here. But I'm kind of enjoying the journey right now. I mean, you saw the videos I'm putting out. I'm stuck already. I want to do another video, but
It's like every
I don't
video,
think
you're
Adam
like,
will
how do
be
I work
happy.
in the DAX Career View into this thing?
I know. So, I don't know. What about you, man? What about you, Adam?
I just want Patrick to be happy. As long as Patrick's happy, I'm happy.
Okay.
all I
Then
care
I'm
about.
very happy this morning.
all I
Very
care
happy
about.
this morning.
Well, so specifically though, Data is King said they want to create more than one measure.
I think you could do that.
You
I
can.
think you could do that. Yeah, hang on. We'll show that in the Data's King. If you just hang on until we get to the member view, member questions, I'll show it. I don't want to show the other stuff until we
Okay.
get there.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got to stay tuned, Data is King. He's got something for you.
Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned.
Benny said he
Yeah,
wouldn't mind him
you're
some
right.
DAX optimizer.
Absolutely, Benny.
Yeah.
So many
Yep.
things. So
Yep.
many things.
Yep.
But this is exciting just to have this.
Wait, Benny. I'm going to ask you to. So I like that thought. So go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com and make sure you get it in there and vote it up.
Okay.
So. Why is my chatbot thing not working?
Oh, yes, Miss Belinda. Yes.
What-
Yes.
I want format,
Unformat.
unformat. Wait. Well, hang on. So if you format,
Oh, that's not what I'm thinking about. That's
yeah,
not what
you're
I'm
thinking
about.
comment, uncomment.
No. There's comment on comment, but like
Yeah.
when you format it, like if you
Yeah.
format your DAX,
Yeah.
I want it to go long, short, like in the DAX formatter page. I want to have
Yeah.
long, short, and I just want to say uncommented. Put it back to messy.
See, but unformat. So me thinking, if you just open up Power BI Desktop and you go into the thing and you want to unformat, like what would it do? Like
Just go back to the previous.
Well, I'm saying like, what if it was net new and you're like unformat? Like, I guess if you hit format, but then it's got to keep state of what it did formatting wise, which
it's
is
gotta
not
hold
doing.
on to the state.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some kind of session or something to hold on to.
When you hit unformat, you get a dialog box with choices of how janky do you really want it.
Or Marco pops up and go, now you're making it not DAX. Now you're making it's not DAX.
So, and instead of calling it the unformat button, we'll call it the I don't know. I had a thought. It left me. Sorry. That's the introduce the jank
Is Marco-
button. I don't know.
When you click on format, Marco pops up doing this. No, don't do that.
It's like that scene from Jurassic Park. He's like,
That's Marco.
Oh, look at Marco. What if we included unformat and DAX formatter? Ooh.
Right? That's
Marco's like,
popping
I
up.
like your thought. Like, let me go do that. And I'm going to do it faster than they do it in Power BI Desktop. All right. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right.
Okay.
OpenTube's got a question. When using Dataflow's Gen 2 to ingest data into a data warehouse, should the merging process occur within Dataflow's Gen 2 or within the data warehouse itself?
It should happen even before that. If
I was like,
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Why are we stopping at Dataflow's Gen 2? Let's go further upstream.
If we can go all the way to the source and write a view or a query that Dataflow's Gen 2 is going to use as the source for the query, then that's where I would do it, right?
So it depends.
Yep, it does. It depends. I like it. I like it, Adam. It does. It depends. And then if I had a choice, honestly, between I haven't done testing on, and I think Alex is here. Alex may be able to drop some wisdom in the chat. I don't know how the merge performs in Dataflow's Gen 2 on large volumes of data. I just don't know. But writing a view because that's what I did maybe I can come back. I'll do a video on it where I dump a couple of tables down into my staging area in my data warehouse, and then I just write a query that loads into my dimension tables. So, and that's where I do the merge on the data warehouse side. So I just don't know how what the performance
Alex brought up
is
a good
on-
point. When you're going to warehouse, you're forced to use staging. You have to use staging, which means
that's right.
it's going to happen on the back end anyway. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go.
That's not to say
does that-
you're not going to have different performance as a result. So, as with all things, test and see because some of this also depends on your data too, like what's going to perform better.
Okay, I need to learn more about the staging area. Do I have access to this staging area where Dataflow's Gen 2 drops its stages of data?
Well, technically it's there, but it all happens under the hoods. You don't have direct control over it.
Okay, this is just something I need to learn. Learn.
If only someone would do his staging video and help Patrick out.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. There you go.
Oh wait. You do.
Linda.
It's a little bit of wonky UI workarounds with SQL endpoint, and you can see it and run some.
No, I know. But in the process of it doing in data flows though, it's kind of behind the scenes though. You're not gonna interact with it directly.
Okay.
I mean, you could, but I don't know why you would. So it's kind of weird.
All right.
All right. So, all right. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if you meant to have a question
Let's
with
celebrate their first super on the live stream. I don't know what that means.
So appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. I didn't see any question anywhere for you, so I think it was just a super chat. I appreciate it. Or super. Oh, it was a super sticker. That's what it was. Look at that.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Ray has a question. Are there any sneaky ways to use SQL directly in Power Query, sort of query folding's little helper?
Yeah, we did a video on that, didn't we?
Well,
Enable folding.
Well,
I don't.
I guess what's your goal? What are you trying to do? What do you want to do with SQL? Because you could do this in a view in SQL and then just call the view from Power Query. So what exactly are you trying to do? Yeah, I know. Value native query will do it for you. And then you just put in whatever query you want. If you don't, just make sure when you do that, if it's SQL, you put in the enable folding option. Otherwise, you break the fold. So
Yeah.
yeah. So just be careful with it. But again, I'm going to say if you're going to do that though, why can't we just stick it in a view in SQL or do it further? Why do we have to do that in Power Query? Unless the answer is you don't have access to SQL and your DBAs don't really want to talk to you.
So it says I don't have access. It's exactly what you said. Without access to the
That's
DB.
usually what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful with it.
Alex.
Just make sure you don't break the
Alex.
fold. Just don't break the fold. What? What'd he say?
Oh my God. He said I showed this.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah, he was in the team meeting, but Patrick wasn't there. Even if Patrick was there, that doesn't mean he was watching. Just saying.
Oh my God.
'Cause normally he's noodling on something and he gets lost, and it's just just focused.
I got to get a better reputation about attending meetings. I need to get a better reputation.
Yes, Dan. Don't break the fold.
Yeah,
Don't break the fold.
Okay, let's just keep,
Okay.
let's just keep going.
So there's a little shade towards you, Patrick.
It's possible. Alex got a new blog post out.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
Where'd you see that?
I thought somebody said Alex has a new blog. Nope, I don't see a new blog.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Nablock. It's either Nablock or Nablock. What is the most efficient and simplest method of pulling data from a Fabric instance to an on-prem SQL Server database? Ooh, it depends.
Whoa.
It depends. So, a couple questions I have for you. Why are we pulling it out of Fabric?
That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
do it.
like you spent all that effort getting it into Fabric. Yeah, like I wouldn't like why is my question. Like what are your goals? I'll put my Matthew hat on. What are your goals?
I mean, it's just ADLS. It's just Gen 2, right?
No, it
So you
depends.
still have the same.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
So if
But
you're
there's
going to the
some of
raw
the same
files,
APIs.
sure. What if you're going off of the TDS
Yeah.
endpoint? Then it's just SQL queries, right?
It's just SQL.
Yeah, yeah. Or yeah, I mean, you can use other tools to do it. You can use it could be TDS. It could what if you're going against like let's not limit this, right? Power BI is part of this. What if I'm going against the XMLA endpoint?
Yeah.
So like there's endpoints that you can use to extract data from Fabric.
Yeah.
You can do it at the file level, like the OneLake level, and treat it just like an ADLS Gen 2 storage account. You can do it from a TDS perspective, from Lakehouse and Warehouse. You can use XMLA against the semantic models. Almost said data set.
There's so many ways.
Yeah,
There's so many
like
ways.
there's lots of things you can do there. Yeah. Can you alias the Fabric DB? Well, I mean, it's TDS. So, well, I went down this road. There were some issues with aliasing. So the reason for this, the aliasing where I actually tried this. Patrick, remember I called you and I said I tried this.
Yeah.
The alias isn't working because when you do the
yeah.
alias, you're technically using SQL's native drivers for SQL Server. And it doesn't; those drivers haven't been updated to understand the URLs for Warehouse and Lakehouse. I've actually got feedback. I'm going back to the team to see if we can maybe get that working. But right now, that doesn't work.
Yeah. I just wonder: is this a one-time thing? Is this just you're just trying to get some data out?
I mean,
of
if it's
Fabric
just a
for
one-time
something?
thing, stick it on a table in the report and just export it to Excel. Good to go.
Yeah, I'm just back to the requirements. All right, there's so many, but there's why are you doing this, and what tools do you have access to?
Yeah.
What skills do you have? What are you familiar with? And then that's how you would get it out. There's a lot of different ways, right? There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Yeah. So that's why we're doing the it depends. So I didn't see any other comments from them. So I don't know if they're still here.
Let's roll on.
Just a quick check. All right, cool. Keep it going. So Bob asked, whose playlist was it? Nice music choices. Thank you. It's me.
Adam.
I'm the person to blame if you dislike it. I'm the person to.
Hey, what was that song? I wanted to ask you about that song. It was the second song. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
Sleeping
later.
on the
That was a great
Blacktop.
song, though.
Sleeping on the
Ooh,
Blacktop.
That's a great song.
That's not the version I like. The original, like the Coulter Wall. That was Johnny was commenting on it too in the chat.
Yeah, Sleeping
I
on
like
the
the Coulter
Blacktop. I
Wall
need to add
version.
that to my
However, the
playlist.
Coulter Wall version is I wouldn't get demonetized, but I don't have the rights for it. I had the rights to the other one.
I looked it up and I couldn't find it.
Sleeping on the Blacktop.
Anyway, we'll talk about it.
Sleeping on the
Oh,
Blacktop.
I found it.
Hey,
It's
by
right
the
there.
way, I put the songs in the description of the video, Patrick, if you didn't know.
You really think I read the description? Do you really think
I don't. All right, moving on. All right, let's see here. Can we build a SQL database inside of Fabric like we do Azure SQL? Ooh. No. No. But if you want that, go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com and get your feedback in. I'd also love to understand, like, what would you look to do with that? Like, what would be the benefits for you for doing that? Data marts.
So for me,
John.
For me,
don't do that.
For me, Adam, then I can just do Fabric for everything, for my operational,
for everything,
and for my transactional and my
all my data
analytics.
All my data's.
All my data is in Fabric.
All my data.
Right? Everything's in Fabric. I don't need anything else. I don't need to buy SQL licenses. I don't do anything. Just buy Fabric capacity.
So many Fabric questions. Did Power BI disappear? No. Power BI is Fabric. It's fine. It's all one happy family. So
yeah.
I am liking that. There's a lot of Fabric questions, but yeah, bring your Power BI questions too.
Yeah. We have some good Power BI questions.
I will say, so on the member section, we've got 2 pre-submitted questions. They're both Power BI. So also there was the first question was a Power BI one. That was the data query view.
Yeah.
So all right. All right.
Yeah, hey, I would just want to Paul Davis, thanks for watching my videos. I'm so happy they helped you with incremental refresh.
Someone watches Patrick.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate that.
All good, Tristan. All good.
And so with those videos, I just want to say one thing. A lot of people are saying, hey, this only works for inserts. It only works for inserts, right? I'm working on some ideas for updates and deletes. But, I mean, it's not simple to track changes, updates and deletes.
Well, and like
so
Patrick and I were having that conversation also of like what you got to handle that too. Like if you're doing some sort of SQL thing or even something outside of Fabric, you have to have an approach to that too. So it's not like, well, Fabric doesn't do that. Well, okay, well, you got to handle that in other tools as well. So it's not it's a common pattern.
Yeah, SQL's got CDC, SQL's got lots of different things that I'm sure Oracle and other relational database interesting. But if you're using Excel files or CSV files, it's a whole different story. You're going to have to generate some type of hash or something to know that. That's right, Alex. That's right.
All right.
That's right, Alex.
All right. Going back to the queue. We've got 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get through these. All right. I already did that one. Awesome. I just didn't clear it. Let's go Schlock. That's a question. Can we create an intelligent chatbot in Power BI? No. Now, what you could do is do something like Power Virtual Agent and then do some like integration type thing. Although there isn't like a native virtual chatbot. Sorry, the Power Platform Virtual Agent could be a way that you could do a chatbot of some kind. And then there are ways you can incorporate that. There's not a native way to embed it though, like you can Power Apps. But that would be the way. There's nothing built into Power BI for chatbot type experience. All right, Christina, Power BI released data marts in May 2022 and is still in preview. With Microsoft Fabric being released, do we know what's going to happen with data marts in Power BI? I do. I want to say Bogdan said it publicly.
I don't think he did.
I thought he said it publicly.
I don't think he did. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it unless I've confirmed that Bogdan said it publicly.
He has not. No, he has not. He has not.
I thought I saw it on Twitter.
No. No.
All right, I'm not going to say it. But I could have sworn he said it. I could have sworn there was a chat where he said it. Because I tagged him on it and he said it.
There's no updates at this time. There's no updates at the Power Platform. That was some. Let's just move on past this one.
Yeah,
let it go.
I'm like 90% sure he said it. Because I remember saying, I'm like, oh, he said it. So all right. Anyway,
let it go.
Stay tuned. There will be more info coming on that front. So.
Thanks, Alex. Again.
I'm gonna check back, Christina, and if I find it next week, I will say it. So come back next week, and I'll let you know if it was there or not. All right, to here. Let's see. To here. There is not a lot of work in custom visualization. Any good option for custom visual development in the market? So I'm going to translate that. So there's not a lot of info on like how to create custom visuals. And so when you're doing like TypeScript type information, or you're working with D3 or any of that type of stuff, I agree with you. There are some samples out there, but they only go so far. So I don't have a good. I mean, custom visual development itself, there is an SDK, so use that, and a lot of people use like D3 or other options. Although I will say, outside of that, a lot of people look at also like Deneb visuals, or what's the other one? There's Deneb and there's something else. Why am I blanking on the other one? I'm blanking on the other one.
I don't know, but check out Pat Mahoney's.
Yeah. So Kevin and Ben are saying Deneb. Charticulator, yeah, that's the other one. Deneb is the one where it's really like, I've seen a lot of info on that. So that might be a way that you can create your custom options. Kelly Kolosko does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Kolosko.
Yeah. So Pat Mahoney on the cat team loves it. Ben in the chat talks a lot about it. Ben is, so when I say Ben, that's Power BI guy in the chat. He does a lot of stuff, so go check out his YouTube channel.
Charticulator, I'm gonna agree with Alex and Chris here. It is, man, because I planned on doing a video on Charticulator, and I spent the weekend with it, and I was like, I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm not. No,
it takes some work. So, yeah, definitely go look at Deneb though, and you might have some good luck there. Deneb guy. All right, let's go.
Come on.
So, dark mode for notebooks will be a reality anytime soon. I've not heard anything about that. I've heard about dark mode in Power BI desktop. So, I've seen it in desktop. It was shown in desktop at Power Platform Conference. But for notebooks, I haven't seen anything there yet. So, ideas.fabric.microsoft.com. I love the idea. I love the dark mode everything. Yes. All right, we'll get one more here. Oh man, lots of fabric questions. Holy cow!
It's not important.
So the Bruce's tips have a Fabric Lakehouse shortcut to Delta Table in Azure. Okay, so we got a shortcut to ADLS Gen 2. I'm assuming it's a lot faster than a Synapse serverless external table. Yes. What's the difference? Is Fabric optimizing?
I don't know all the differences between serverless and I don't know. But the compute engines in Fabric are optimized to read those Parquet files, right? Yep. And what's happening under the covers, if you go to the Synapse YouTube channel, Fabric doesn't suck.
Need that T-shirt.
Johnny. If you go to the Fabric or the Synapse, I don't know where they're posting it. It's either the Fabric or the Synapse.
It's Azure Synapse Analytics channel.
Bogdan, search for Bogdan.
Oh yeah, he went through talked about. Yeah, they re-engineered that thing. Yeah.
I mean, it is the way he explained. I've watched it a couple of times, and I'm still not confident enough to explain it in front of people. I'll watch it a few more times, but they did some things to optimize how it reads in, and so you should go take a look at that video. It's in there. He does a good job of explaining how the engine's working under the covers.
Yep. It's bananas. All right, we are going into member only chat at this time. There were still questions in the queue. Again, what are you getting all worked up about?
Fabric doesn't suck.
Fabric doesn't suck. It's a true statement. I agree with that statement. Fabric does not suck. That's where were we going? Member only. Sorry. So we are kicking over to member only chat. So members and moderators will be able to continue chatting. If you're not a member or moderator, you can still watch the stream, but you won't be able to participate in the chat. We still had questions in the queue. Apologies, we didn't get to it. We never do. Get them in early. If we didn't get to a question and it's burning, you want an answer, then you will super chats always take priority, right? So that will skip the queue even if you're not a member. Like that will take priority, and we will get it answered. Otherwise, come back next week, get in early, and we'll do it there. All right, let's cut over to. I don't know why the chat bot's not working, man. I don't like that.
Hey, Johnny, if you make that T-shirt, I will wear that T-shirt.
I will wear
my
that
friend.
T-shirt.
I will wear that T-shirt.
Fabric doesn't suck.
That T-shirt. Fabric doesn't suck. I will wear that.
Yeah,
T-shirt.
too late for Oslo though. Is it? Is
Yeah.
it really, Johnny? Because really, we can just get a T-shirt and spray paint it on there. Come on, we can do this for Oslo. We got time.
I will
all
wear
right.
that T-shirt.
All right. One of the benefits of being a member, if you're at the visitor or producer tiers, you can pre-submit questions. We do have 2 today. So let's cut over to that. Oh, also, for those that are members, if you do want to learn more, you can hit the join button down below. Learn more. No commitment required. Thank you for checking it out. All right. Here we go. Whoa. Jason. Oh, yeah, don't do that.
It's just,
Oh.
I've laughed so much.
I
laughed so
love
much.
how the chat always kind of takes a life of
jeez.
its own sometimes.
It's its own thing. It's its
Fabric
own
doesn't
thing.
suck.
Yeah.
We need a hashtag fabric doesn't suck. There you go.
I would absolutely buy that T-shirt. I would. I would pay for that T-shirt. I would.
All right. All right, here we go. First question. Let's hope I did this right. Christian, I did it right. Excellent. I have a report which is created with English as the culture and regional settings for the population of German users. The intent is to display it only in English. Is there a way to stop the automatic translation in the Power BI service based on the user's profile? So I want to say this is an it depends. So first off, you can't, the question was, can you do it from the user's profile? You can absolutely change the window. You have to do this on their machine though. So every user would have to do this. Like you can't force it from the Power BI service, and you can't force it from a Power BI report. But you can do this by changing the Windows settings on the local machine. You can also do this in the Power BI service as an individual user. You can do this. So let's head over to my machine and we'll take a look here. So here's a scenario. So Christian provided a sample report just so we could see it. So if we see here, there's a couple things going on here. So my profile is set for German. And so you can see here, like the date, the date picker thing, it's being converted automatically. You also see that this is converted, but month is still English. And so there's a couple things here. Like Patrick, no, see, user culture doesn't do it, Toma. This is where Patrick went. I'm like, no, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about, so the data and the schema are English because that's what you did in Power BI Desktop. So that's still going to be English. So we're not talking about data or schema translation. These are the actual values that are inside, hard-coded in the Power BI service based on the culture settings. Right, and so these are the strings that are there. As part of that, sorry, Patrick, did you have a question? You raised your hand.
You finished, but
Okay.
I think I found a blog post that Chris Webb wrote that does this.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and I may be missing. I may not be aware of something, but what you can do here. So I said you could change the Windows culture. So right now, so like this part here, right? So this is all translated to German. The service did this, right? So these are hard-coded values. This is not in the model. This is not the schema, right? So typically when we talk about translations, we're talking about schema translation or the model or the data translation. That's not what we're talking about here. And so if I go up to the gear, I go to general. Trust me that says general. In here, I can actually change my default language, and I can change it to English, right? And then if I come back, bam, it's English now. Ooh, because I can set my display language. If I do that and come back to the report, bam, it's English again, right? But you got to do this on a per user basis. But that's how you do it. All right, Patrick, what you got?
Well, so I'm reading this blog Chris has. It says implementing data as well as metadata translations in Power BI.
That's schema and data. That has to do with the semantic model. You're not adjusting the globalization values that are part of the hard-coded values within the service. Those are hard-coded based on the profile that you're coming in with.
Gotcha.
That's on the service side. That's like if you're developing an app, that's what you have. So what Chris is talking about is metadata or schema translation and or the data translation. And that's typically what we talk about. And you can absolutely do that.
But not those hard-coded values.
But not the
and
hard-coded
ranges.
values. Nope.
Yeah. We already talked about this. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
that's what I'm saying.
Never
This
mind.
is like a coding thing. You have culture files that go with that, and based on the user, those are they're hard coded strings based in that language. So, yeah, Toma, it's counting down on the trial for me. So they caught that. They caught that. So sorry. Toma caught this. 56 days left. It's counting down. I didn't see any announcement for it though. Maybe they did. I was pretty heads down
Finally
this
start
last
counting
week.
down though. Finally start counting down.
I don't know. So I can only go off of what's in front of me. I will be. Van Lessing says they're on 47 days left. Yeah. It's GA'd. Is the countdown to coincide with Vegas? No. That would have been funny if it did, though. They should have done that. That would have been cool.
Yeah, you better pay up.
Oh, that would have been really cool to coincide that with the Fabric conference.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then everybody gets there and their trial stops working.
Yeah. 64 days to Vegas. Yeah. I was good. That's why I knew like 47 was not. That would give Jason a heart attack right there. It's like, wait, what? 47 days. Whew. Sorry,
right.
what'd you say? You said
Okay.
something?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
So we had a second pre-submitted question from Stina in Texas. It's the DAX question. So Patrick got excited. So are you ready for the question, Patrick?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I always get nervous showing DAX
All right.
with Marco around.
So Stina said, we are pulling data from an ERP instead of having to go through Excel sheets as an intermediary. Very exciting. One thing the new ODBC connection does not do is convert Canadian values currency to US dollars. I found a way to pull in a currency conversion table that shows rates by calendar week. What I need to do is calculate a transaction and determine if it requires conversions, subsidiary 8, and if so, use the conversion rate that falls within the same week as the transaction date. And as I was reading that, Patrick, I came up with another thought on it. That actually probably would have simplified it a little bit. So I'm struggling to build out the DAX formula, and he's got a look on his face. I'm just telling you right now, he's got a look on his face. I'm struggling to build out the DAX formula in such a way that will make this work. Can you help? Of course we can.
All right. So we're gonna answer two questions here. Back at the beginning of the stream, someone said,
Oh yeah, the multiple measures in DAX query view.
"Can you do two
Can you do
measures?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's enough all this talking.
You didn't even finish it. All right. You got to zoom in on that.
so-
Or make that bigger. Make that bigger.
Is that better?
Yeah. Yes.
So once you put define, you can start defining as many measures as you want, and you can update them, you can change them. So I'm not quite sure if you mean like run it and create multiple, but I mean you can have as many measures as you want. You see, I've defined two measures here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can define them. So I just keep defining them, and it
To me, that
automatically-
passes. That's a win.
Okay.
Good job,
All right.
Patrick.
I take it.
Good job.
I take it. And so then this was funny. So last night, like I've been out and about, and so finally I got home. Adam's like, "We got two member questions," and so I look at both of them, and I look at the one with translations. I was like, "I ain't doing that one," and then the other one, the other one had a PBIX file attached, and I was like, "Oh, maybe this is a model in our DAX." Excuse me. Sure enough, it was a DAX question. So I started tinkering with this last night, probably about, to be honest with you, about 10 o'clock last night. I opened this up, and are we back on my screen?
Not yet. Do you need to
Yeah,
be?
back to my screen.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. And so I started tinkering with this, and I got close this morning. So basically, if it's an 8, if the subsidiary is an 8, we need to translate it to, we need to do the conversion. Otherwise, just return the total that she already created in the model. And so at first I did the variables outside the context of calculate, and it was always getting the same one every time, the lowest one. And then so I did it within the context of the calculate so that I can make sure I'm right on the same row. And so I did that, and then I was getting the right, I was really close. And then Adam and I got on the phone. I was like, I can't get this between statement to work. And he's like, you know what you should do? Validate. He's like, you should validate. And this is one point. This is one time in a very long time since Adam's become a manager. I mean, a very long time since he's become a manager that he's contributed to something technically, right? This is the very first time in a very long time that Adam has contributed to something technically. I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying. And so I created a new query. And we wrote this, we set the date, and then we kind of evaluated it to validate whether or not we were returning the correct value, which was great. We did that, and then we were able to come back over here, and I wrote this little measure right here that will say, hey, if it is subsidiary 8, go ahead and do the translation. So I take the total, multiply it by whatever the close was within that week, and then I return it. But then I added the conversion rate so you can see what the conversion rate is and the total. And so if I run this, you can see I have a evaluate down here where I'm just filtering down to a specific transaction. And so if I run this, you'll see the results. And then we did validate it back. We ran a couple of these to make sure it was validated back. And it just works. It just works. That query view, I'm going to be honest with you. We can go back to me now, Adam.
Oh, can we?
To us. If it
already
wasn't
hitting
for
the
the
button
query
right
view,
when you said it.
or using DAX Studio or Management Studio, it would be really difficult to do this with just returning a scalar value in Power BI Desktop. So query view for the win. Query view for the win.
And one of the things you didn't even show it, you just kind of glazed over it. So I was just like, because the filtering, like we weren't getting the values right with the calculator. It's like, it's like blank or whatever. So I'm like, well, what is that filter returning? Can we break out that filter and just see what we get? And then once we saw that, it was like, that's what's going on.
Chris, I was drunk.
Yeah,
I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drunk. I was drinking, Chris. I wasn't drunk. It's a difference between drinking and drunk. I was drinking. I just wasn't drunk yet. The query view is great. I love the query view.
He does love the query view.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have the query view, you'd be doing it in DAX Studio. So.
Yeah, I would have been in DAX Studio.
I would have been in DAX Studio for sure. And then Stina, we'll get you back at some point. Patrick will email me or put the file in a location. I can send it to you, so you have it. Or you can just take a screenshot.
It's just coffee. It's just coffee.
Ooh, I will say, Jason showed me this yesterday. He's got this coffee cup that's got a built-in heater. Don't ask him how much he paid for that. Don't ask him how much.
That's what a Yeti is for.
No.
It hot.
No, but it actually has and he's got an app on his phone. He sets the temperature he wants the coffee to.
Oh, he just wasted so much money, didn't he?
Oh, he admitted that, but it made him happy. Yeah. And with everything he's been dealing with, he needs a little bit of happy in his life.
So the last thing I want to say
heads down
about
on
this,
the conference. So, all right. Anyway,
is if you could have done this upstream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do access to the source.
Yeah.
If you could have done this upstream and just said, "Hey, for everything that's an 8, convert it, right? Convert it because it's easier to do it."
The thing I was going to tell you as I was reading that, I was like, "Ooh, it would have been good if you would put because it was a weekly conversion, and that's the thing we were. It wasn't at a daily rate, and so just filtering on the date didn't get it to us. You could have converted that and had it as part of your calendar table on the day basis.
You sure could.
And then that would have simplified it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. See,
don't steal
contributed
my joy, Patrick.
Two things, Patrick. Two things.
Actually, it was 3 because last week when I was out, you called me and something I had been working on.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
And that was so good that like it was at like Crystal doesn't like go into the deep details of all like the DAX and all. You start talking about that and you lose her. But I told her what the resolution of this thing was that Patrick was I want to say struggling, but it was so simple that Crystal laughed when she heard what the resolution was. So, just saying.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
And then Crystal said it.
Thank you, Crystal.
The browser cache specifically, like the browser cache. I'm like, did you clear your cache? I'm like, oh, that worked. You guys have been working on this for over a month now. Okay. Anyway, all right. Those were the pre-submitted questions. Let's go to the queue. I saw your cool New York Taxi dataset demo at Power Platform Conference with Fabric. Were you using the granular Delta tables with direct lake mode for reports, or still using best practices like aggregation tables and etc.?
Direct lake.
So why isn't direct lake a best practice? Why are we saying the aggregated
it can
table?
become a best practice now.
It depends. It depends.
What do you mean?
Well, no, I mean, in terms of the approach that you're going to use, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish and what the data is doing, right?
Absolutely.
So, like, whether, just go direct lake, or, hey, maybe we want to go the aggregated approach.
Yeah.
Or maybe we aggregate it in the lake.
Yeah, that's true. But at Fabric Conference, I mean, at the Power Platform Conference, it was direct lake, no aggregations.
Yeah.
It was all direct lake. Yep. Maybe I'll do a video and show you how I set it up.
Yeah, we've done
It's
it
pretty
enough
easy.
times that.
Maybe I'll do a video and show everybody how to set up the New York taxi demo. Right? It's not there. Yeah, we can go 3, Chewy. Let's go 3 on the It Depends. Yeah. Let's go for it.
All right.
Adam said it.
I did. All right, Karthik's got a question here. Let's see here. Data Factory pipelines and Fabric, invoke pipeline activity. Any update on when we can include pipeline from another workspace? Ooh, any workaround for it? Alex, I don't know. I don't know if Alex commented on it. He might have earlier on, and I didn't see it. Team is working on cross workspace operations. Bam, there you go.
There you go.
Alex said it. Alex is all about getting that kind of feedback to the team. He's on it. But definitely go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com also, just to make sure you cover your bases. So, but yeah, they're working on it. Excellent. You're most welcome. Van Lessing. I want to report consolidate on KPIs from around 20 semantic models. In Power BI service, there is enterprise scorecard with hierarchies. Is this tool advanced enough, or do your customers actually use it? So, are we talking about like the metrics thing that changed to scorecard? Is that what you're saying with the enterprise?
Yeah.
So those, it actually works pretty well, like when I've done it, because you can assign those values based on, you assign them to based off of a report visual. So if you do have multiple reports, that's probably the easiest way to go about doing it. Otherwise, you've got to do a lot of custom solutioning and like pulling things in, and like it gets challenging to do that across 20 different semantic models. That's gonna be tough. But I love metrics. I'm actually like, what is it called now? It's metrics. It's metrics. Yeah, you don't hear a lot about it, but it's pretty powerful. I like it. I think it works great. I know of some customers that are leveraging it. But I would go that route. If not, you gotta go custom solution route, and that gets to be a pain. So, Jason says we'll see metrics at the Fabric conference. Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
All right. So Dan, wow. All right. He put 2 parts in the same question. Part 1, looking for, maybe there's just 2 different questions. That's why. That should be Q1 and Q2, not part 1 and part 2, by the way. Looking forward to having Git in service work for data flows. Any idea when? Last update was December 14th. I'm not sure when that's actually coming. I do know that they're looking at it, but I don't have any timelines for you, unless Alex wants to drop a timeline that I don't think he's going to. Shared the link, Q2 2024. Bam, there you go. All right. And then different question. Could we expect the other Fabric items to eventually gettable? I do know the team is working overall to like have a consistent experience across that. Some of the challenges with that though are like what actually goes with it from a Git perspective. When you're thinking about the different like workloads or different items that are in there, like what actually is like Git. So like I could see like using Git with a notebook, like that would be amazing. When we're thinking about warehouse, like it'd probably be like maybe individual queries, maybe. But that gets a little interesting from like a project perspective. So I do know they're looking at it. I just don't know like what that'll actually turn out to. So yeah.
All right. I like it, Adam.
Johnny says it's on the roadmap. One-way Synapse didn't suck. Data Factory Git migration. Yeah, but that's changing, John.
Okay. Okay. Let's we gotta even get some fabric.
All right,
that's not
Eugene,
so
I will,
t-shirts, man.
because you're our latest member, I will pull this question up. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it a sandwich? It's not a hot dog. It's a hot dog.
Between two pieces of bread, and there's meat. Just like hamburger's a sandwich, technically.
Hamburger's a hamburger. It's not a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
It's not a sandwich.
Especially if you put
It's not a-
pickles
it's
on
not
it.
a sandwich. If you put pickles on it, nobody's gonna eat it.
No, I'll eat it.
See, that's what I'm like.
Potato,
A sandwich
potato.
should
See,
be
now
open
you got all the
around.
chat. Thank you, Eugene. Hey, look. You know what? When I do a hot dog, guess what? The bun breaks apart. Now I got two pieces of bread, right? That's a sandwich. Take that. Oh, my goodness.
This is a good question. I like this question. I do. Right?
Do you?
It breaks the monotony. It breaks the monotony. It breaks
Yeah, but
it up
why?
from all the
But why?
technical jello.
What if it breaks? What if the bun breaks? Now what?
It's a wrapper.
Which
It's a
makes
wrapper.
wait. Based on this logic, based on this logic, a hamburger is a sandwich.
Okay.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Let's go. Thanks for that one. Come on, man. There's more
All right.
questions.
All right.
Let's
Hey.
go.
He's got a two-parter here. Can you use Python and Power BI report with the Enterprise Gateway? No.
No.
No. It's got to go through the personal gateway. Why? Well, I don't know. Go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com, and I'm sure it's out there. Vote it up. I don't know of that changing at all, so sorry. And then two, are there any benefits to doing the Python Parton notebook versus on report? What?
Can you embed the notebook results?
Can you embed the
to-
notebook results to a report? No.
You
No.
can
So
integrate
yeah.
Power
Go
BI
ahead.
in a Python notebook, and you can integrate Python. I don't know.
So the answer specifically on that, can you embed the notebook results into the report? No, but what you could do is in the notebook, you could write that back to OneLake and then use that as data inside of the report.
Yeah, you could do that.
So yeah, Python
yeah,
part on.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Ask Adam about the sandwich he had in Wickwa.
Yeah, the Chivito. That was an experience. That became OpenFace very quickly, and they named me Hurricanes, or Gaston actually called me Hurricane Saxton after that was done.
It was a bad situation. Yeah, I don't
It was
think you
great,
can do
though. I loved
the
it.
Python. Yeah, you can't do the Python.
So,
Okay,
all
next
right.
question.
Yeah. So I like Alex's comment. So do your data ingestion with Python. Do your data ingestion with Python plus notebooks. If you need custom visuals, check for libraries for Python to see if they meet your needs. But honestly, Deneb for the win. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I agree. We did so. Obviously, I won't say the customer name, but we went to a customer and they started out with, I don't know what one. Oh, that was your laptop. They were showing us their report, and every visual they had on there was a Python visual, even for like a bar chart. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Just out of curiosity. And they were like, oh, because that's what we know. And I'm like,
No, I know. I won't say who it is, but I know
Yeah.
exactly who it is. I know exactly.
oh no,
the
yeah,
person
you were
who-
there. Like we were both
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Phil Seamark and Chris Webb were there too, and we were all
Yeah.
like scratching our head, like it's an interesting choice. Why? And they're like, and it's not really performing all that great either. And we're like, yes, we agree. Don't do that. So, yeah. So, oh, yeah. Patrick did go to that meeting. All right, Thomas. Let's see here. Does Data Lakes? There's a ton of Fabric questions. Holy cow! Does Data Lake and Fabric have an architecture in bronze, silver, and gold, like staging, data warehouse? You can do a medallion architecture with OneLake.
Yeah.
And lake houses, absolutely. Patrick, you did a video on it.
I thought I did. I'll have to go back and
you
look.
did it with Sin,
and then
right?
that's right. That's right. We did a whole series on it.
Well, so that specifically that was
was
Azure
in
Synapse.
Synapse.
That was before Fabric.
Yeah.
So,
But it still translates.
The approach,
it still translates.
yeah, the approach translates.
And you
So-
know what's really cool is that you can create custom clusters and assign those custom clusters for the notebook. So in development, you may want smaller clusters. In production, you may want larger clusters. So you can do some really cool stuff. I started down the path and I just haven't finished it. But yeah, you can have there the link. Alex posted.
There you go,
this really
Medallion
good link.
Docs. There
I
you
was
go.
looking at that. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, that got published recently. So that was
I gotta go read that.
via the
saw
cat
that.
team. So, all right, Julio's got a question here. Assuming the data set is small, how much resources will Copilot for Power BI, the build report, consume in Fabric from an AI part? It depends. I mean, I don't like, even if it's, I've seen examples. I remember watching Alberto Ferrari do a presentation, I think it was at SQL conference, where he had a really tiny model. And because of the DAX he wrote, that thing blew up memory. Like I was like, wow, like that was bananas. So it depends. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. But also it depends on the questions you're asking, how many times you're going back, all of those things. I don't know. The thing I always tell people is baseline it, right? So baseline it for what you're trying to do, and what you're actually trying to accomplish, right? And then you know what the average is, and then when you can see it go outside of that average, you plan for the average, and then when it goes outside of that, maybe I got to go look at that. What's it doing? Something changed. So that's an approach I say with anything. Whenever you're trying to gauge performance, you should always baseline stuff.
Yeah. Post Alex's comment, because this is what I was going to say. I just had this conversation with the customer because they were like, "Well, does it read the entire model?" No.
It's looking at the schema.
No. Right. It looks at It looks at the schema and the prompt. The schema
And then it creates the visuals.
And
Then the visuals go and run the DAX, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Copilot's not doing that
yeah.
now. But doing that, like Copilot's going, But so yes, it has nothing to do with the data size. It could have something to do with your schema size, though. Like maybe, if we're trying to read that. But yeah. I mean, it's
Email Jason. He
email
knows everything
Jason.
about
Jason
Copilot.
knows. Jason knows. Jason knows. And if you're going to be at the Fabric Community Conference, just ask Jason. Go up and ask him that
Just
specifically.
ask Jason.
He would
Form a
love
line.
you to do
Just
that.
form a line.
He
Just
would
form a
love
line.
to do that.
I'm gonna walk around with the sign pointing. Jason knows Copilot. Every time I see Jason, I'm gonna hold that sign up.
All right. So
One
we're
more.
at time. I'm gonna get. I can't pronounce that name. I don't know, but I'm gonna grab this one. When I create a measure, it takes 20 to 30 seconds. Wait.
Oh.
It takes 20 to 30 seconds to create the measure, or 20 30 seconds when you run the measure you created. Is this a problem in my model or in the Power BI service? All visualizations are working fine. There's enough RAM. There are almost 500 measures in the model. So I'm assuming that you run the measure, it's taking 25, 30 seconds. It depends. I mean, you got to debug it. Like, I don't know. I'm
But
assuming
is it
that you're
direct
doing
query?
something in there.
Is it direct query also?
Yeah, I'm like, it depends, right?
There's so many layers to this.
Well, also,
It
is
is
this
too
in the
many
measure, or
measures.
it's after you? Yeah, I know it's a lot of measures, but like you've already put it in the service, right? So like, what?
Yeah.
I need more details on that. And if you have, if you're at the visitor or producer tier, I can't see what tier you're at. If you're at the visitor or producer tier, send us the question. We'll look at it,
Yeah, we'll take a peek.
yeah.
We'll take a peek.
and I'll help Patrick with the DAX. That'll be amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. Yeah,
I'm here to help, Patrick. I'm here to help you, buddy. Here to help you, buddy. So, all right, we are at time. There were some other questions in the queue. Apologies, we didn't get to all of them. Come back next week. We'll do it again. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
What? What's the yeah?
No. Nothing.
all right.
Nothing.
All right, Patrick. Any closing words of wisdom?
You know what? Stay in the house. It's cold. Stay in the house and do some work this weekend. It's
Mine
cold.
would be make sure you get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. right, everyone. Appreciate y'all. Great having. I appreciate the hot dog question too. It was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
And
That was fun.
we'll do it again next week. Not the hot dog question,
Yeah.
but other questions. All right, everyone. We'll see you. Have a great week.
Thinking of something else besides tearing others down. You can never win. Get under my skin. Can't say you didn't wound me once, and I thank you all for that. You can try to hurt me, but you don't hurt anymore. And I need you all for that. But you can take your opinion and suffer fools of your own.